Yo guys, what's going on? It's your boy RJ Game News USA here, back today with another video, and it is looking awfully bad for PlayStation. We're going to go over some of this news, but first, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and don't forget to like the video. Let's jump right into it. So, we're going to listen to this clip from Geeks and Gamers, and we're going to react and give our thoughts.
PlayStation hardware sales have crashed in the US. They just had their worst May in 25 years. And it's not just PlayStation. Xbox just had their worst month ever. This is going to be a continuing trend, and we have to talk about it. So here you have Pirate Nation. PlayStation hardware sales in the US crashed to their worst May in more than 25 years. PS5 sales were down 58% compared to last year. Spending on PlayStation hardware dropped 43% after Sony raised prices across the PS5 lineup.
See, of course, they raise prices. Guess what? You lose sales. Jeez, I wonder why. And you know what's amazing? Sony doesn't give two shits. They don't. Because the thing is, there's talk that they could run out of consoles this holiday, so they're just not producing very much either. Because how do you drop so much in sales and then sell out despite a price hike? You're not producing a lot. And that's because the RAM prices are so fucking bad.
Even with the big drop, the PS5 was still the second best-selling console in May. The Switch 2 took #1 spot in both units sold and total sales. The average PS5 price also jumped to $672, up 33% from a year ago. Now, obviously, there's over 100 million PlayStation 5s out there, and the PlayStation 5 has had no problem selling up to this point. But now, with the industry moving in the place that it's moving, the fact that the PlayStation has struggled to have...
So prices jumped 33% and the sales went down 43%. That math ain't mathing too well for Sony. I tell you that much. So of course, as a result of this manufactured crisis, Sony's now openly talking PS6. Very expensive price, handheld confirmed, and coming in 2027. Yikes. Yikes in capital letters. Dreamcast guy has this clip we'll react and discuss.
About how they're hindering the current gen, the price increases, and what they're doing with PlayStation 6. And it's not great. They straight up say the PlayStation 6 is going to be very expensive. We're talking...
They use the word very twice. That's over $1,000. You could book it now.
Can literally taking out loans to buy it. But they're weird in that they're sort of saying that this is probably going to be a good thing. They're trying to claim people want the PlayStation 6 even if they can't afford it. Their goal is to basically try and make it almost more like a PC mindset. You'd spend $2,000 on a good gaming PC. That sort of seems to be their idea, is let's make a system so good, you don't mind if it costs literally thousands of dollars.
Oh no, trust me, I mind, and so do people. Sony literally, we just covered them losing 43% of their sales after a price increase. If a PS6 comes to market that's $1,000, $2,000, what do you think's going to happen to Sony? What do you think's going to happen?
And I have to admit that just right off the top, I feel like this is going to be a massive mistake. It feels like everybody is sort of trying to mentally digest the idea of systems that now cost like as much as a car did back in 2008. But it's also the fact that these companies...
Yeah, I still buy cars cheaper than what these systems are rumored to cost.
Are talking about the fact that they just can't do anything cheap, that they can't subsidize, they can't budget cut, they can't reduce prices. Everything has to be as maximally expensive as any consumer can possibly even save up to buy. This industry feels like it's hitting a very strange point where games aren't selling because people can't afford the hardware, and the hardware isn't selling because people can't afford even the beginning phases of it. Let's get into this.
That, and we know damn well that every PS6 game basically is coming to the PS5 for years. So what's the point of the upgrade? Seriously, what's the point of the upgrade?
PlayStation 6, and it was originally $760. Now it's already gone up to $960. Just the parts are going up in cost. So it sounds like Sony is trying to mass build them now so that when it eventually comes out, they can sell the PlayStation 6 for $20,000 right now. Okay, probably about $1,200 to $1,500 for a PlayStation 6. But here's the new quote, right? Sony executives say they do not intend to sell the PlayStation hardware at a significant loss. We are carefully monitoring the market and continue to evaluate our approach. We believe it is important for us to make every effort to ensure that our customers fully understand the value we provide in relation to pricing. Now
that's horseshit. Seriously, that's just straight corporate bullshit. Well, Destin Legary, a little bit more of a reliable source, also spoke on the issue. We'll listen to his clip and discuss as well.
Just put out what I can only describe as a very candid insight into what they are planning for the PlayStation 6. Considering consumer behavior, could you update us on your current thinking regarding hardware pricing and profitability? For the next generation platform, is it reasonable to assume that your pricing will continue to prioritize profitability of the hardware as it does today? That is the question that somebody asked during a recent insider PlayStation earnings call, and they actually had an answer for it. They just put this out today. As for pricing, it is not realistic for us to absorb all component cost increases, as we have already implemented some price increases outside Japan. At present, however, sales are proceeding as planned, and we do not believe this has led to a decline in customer demand. As a principle, pricing. So to be fair to them, they're laying it out clearly. They're not obfuscating anything. They are saying, we will not sell this at a loss. We want to sell, and specifically...
And this is what lack of competition does. Because Xbox really isn't much competition for Sony, and they're already going to have an expensive console too. So get ready, guys. Get ready for a console generation that will be over $1,000. Guaranteed. Like, that's the floor. That's fucking awesome, right? The bottom line is this. We really should not be buying into next gen anytime soon. These greedy people and corporations like Sony, they need to feel a little bit of pain first. Because they're absolutely hurting the consumer. Seriously. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for today. Please comment down below, and I will see you on the next one. RJ signing out. Have a good one.